Hello again. Welcome back to Coder Kitty Decoded, where we break down the specific syntax, arguments, and rules behind any individual line of LSL code so that you can quickly look up what it is and how to make it work. This week, we're going to be covering a listen. Listen actually is two parts. That is a command to establish a listen and an event handler for that listen. So we're going to start llListen. You then have to tell it what channel to listen on. 0 is regular open chat, but you can use anything. I use 1100, 1200, there's thousands. Pretty much any number you want to put in there would be valid. The next thing you would have is what you want to listen to, an object name. This isn't actually required. You can leave that blank if you want to, or you can specify an object such as test box. You always put a comma in between each argument. The next is a key. You can set to listen for a specific key. That can be, if you're going to be speaking to this directly, get owner. So it will only listen to your key. You can specify any specific key you want. But in most cases, if you're not going to be talking to the object directly yourself and only yourself, excuse me, or at least only the person who owns the object, then you would put in null key. It means any key will be able to listen for. You can then set what command to listen for. If you use this blank, it will listen to anything. You can also put in specific commands such as on or off, but it means it will only trigger if that is what is heard. We'll clear these out for the moment. Then you have the listen event handler. This triggers anytime that the criteria for your listen event, or any of them, if you have more than one, is triggered. And it is set up this way. Integer, chan, you can name these variables whatever you like, but they have to be the right types in the right order. The first one, and they match the code for the listen trigger itself. So the first one is channel, the second one is a string for who, a key for what, and a string message. Curse my bad typing, test. The object automatically kicks back that because it's listening and hearing that. You could then set things to filter by specific messages. If message equals test, owner say testing. Now it will only trigger if it hears test. Nothing, testing. The other thing you can do with a listen is you can set it to be added or removed by specific instances in code. For example, we will go up here, establish an integer this equals your listen command. We will then listen remove this. When you have devices that will switch channels or randomly assign a channel whenever you run a given command, that's how it does it. It creates a new instance of a listen by setting up the integer this, or whatever you want to call the integer, and then playing around with the channel. The listen event handler doesn't care what the channel is, although channel is one of the things you can test for. You could have an if chan equals 0, but since we only are listening on one channel right now, that would be kind of irrelevant. So, this, that, thing, now, testing complete. This, nothing. Because when we triggered testing complete, we removed the listen. So that turned it off. It's no longer operational. It never sent anything down here from that point forward. So, that there is about listen remove, and the listen event handler. Thank you for sitting through another episode of Coder Kitty Decodes LSL. There will be playlist links in the description for both this series and my regular Coder Kitties workshop series, where every lesson is a project, every project is a lesson, where I help show you what to do with all these commands that you can learn about here. So, these episodes will air every Wednesday by noon Eastern Standard Time, and the workshop episodes every Tuesday by noon Eastern Standard Time. So look forward to seeing you back. Until then, good day, good week, good luck, happy coding, meow.